The Adventure of Oliver and the Blue Rabbit. Oliver was a curious and adventurous boy. He loved to explore the woods near his home, even though his parents had warned him not to go too far. One day, while Oliver was exploring, he came across a strange sight. A small brown rabbit was sitting in the middle of the path, staring at him. The rabbit was unlike anything Oliver had ever seen before. It had bright blue eyes and a long, fluffy tail. Oliver slowly approached the rabbit, holding out his hand. The rabbit didn't move. It just kept staring at Oliver with its big blue eyes. "Hello," Oliver said softly. "My name is Oliver. What's your name?" The rabbit didn't answer. It just twitched its nose and hopped a little closer. Oliver reached out and gently stroked the rabbit's fur. The rabbit purred with pleasure. "I'm going to call you Blue," Oliver said. "Would you like to go on an adventure with me?" Blue hopped up and down in excitement. It was clear that it was ready for an adventure. Oliver and Blue set off into the forest. Oliver didn't know where they were going, but he was excited to find out. They walked through the trees for hours, listening to the birds sing and watching the squirrels scamper around. Blue hopped ahead of Oliver, exploring everything in sight. Eventually, Oliver and Blue came to a clearing. In the middle of the clearing was a large oak tree. "Let's rest here for a while," Oliver said. Oliver sat down under the tree, and Blue curled up next to him. They both closed their eyes and enjoyed the peace and quiet. When Oliver woke up, he was surprised to see a treehouse in the branches of the oak tree. He had never noticed it before. Oliver and Blue climbed up the ladder to the treehouse. The treehouse was small, but it was cozy. There was a table, 2 chairs, and a bed. "This is the perfect place to stay for the night," Oliver said. Oliver and Blue spent the rest of the day playing in the treehouse and exploring the forest. They had so much fun that they forgot all about time. That night, Oliver had a strange dream. He dreamed that he was flying through the air on Blue's back. They flew over the forest, over the mountains, and over the sea. Finally, they landed on a beautiful island. The island was full of strange and wonderful creatures. There were talking animals, singing flowers, and even flying trees. Oliver and Blue spent the next few days exploring the island and making new friends. They had the time of their lives. One day, a storm came to the island. The wind howled and the rain poured down. Oliver and Blue were taking shelter in a cave when they heard a loud crash. They ran outside to see what had happened. A large tree had fallen across the path, blocking their way back to the treehouse. Oliver and Blue knew that they had to get back to the treehouse before dark. They couldn't stay on the island forever. Oliver and Blue tried to climb over the tree, but it was too high. They tried to walk around it, but they couldn't find a way. They were trapped. Oliver and Blue sat down on the ground and started to cry. They didn't know what to do. Suddenly, Oliver heard a noise. He looked up and saw a large bird flying towards them. The bird landed in front of Oliver and Blue. "Don't worry," the bird said. "I'm here to help you." The bird picked up Oliver and Blue in its talons and flew them back to the treehouse. Oliver and Blue were so grateful to the bird for saving them. They thanked it profusely and then went inside the treehouse to get out of the rain. The next morning, Oliver and Blue woke up and found that the storm had passed. The sun was shining and the birds were singing. Oliver knew that it was time to go home. He and Blue said goodbye to their new friends on the island and climbed onto the back of the bird. The bird flew them back to the mainland. Oliver and Blue thanked the bird again.